What do you think? Good. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday morning, June 19th, 2018, and I'm headed into work for the day. I already dropped Grant off to daycare, and we're looking like we're in decent shape. So, crypto is recovered, has recovered. It's back to the point where I bought in. So, it's up about, I'm guessing, 5% or so. It has been down. It went down in like a week about like 14-15% total, maybe even more. Noticed this morning I have a little bit of a tickle in my throat and a cough. We had some crazy thunderstorms last night. Like, see, the ground is still wet and all that, but all is well. My dad ended up taking Sophie into the vet for me yesterday. The place closes at, I think it was like 5 or 6 every day, and I could never get her into the damn vet. Excuse me. So she needed like her yearly shots. So her rabies shot. She needed her you're good. She needed her yearly rabies shot. She needed her that guy just like blew a stop sign, so that's why I'm like flustered here. Rabies, her nails trimmed, and then her glands milked or expressed. So they did. So my dad brought her in kind of like at the end of their day. The office, the vets were about to close, the veterinarian. And my dad told her, like, hey, can you give her like a Benadryl shot with her other shots? Because sometimes she has reactions and stuff. And the guy was like, well, how about this? He's like, why don't you come back in the morning today, and I'll give her the shot, or shots, or whatever. And then if she has a reaction or whatever, you can bring her back. Because, like, last time my mom took her in and got all kinds of other shots, and she had a really bad reaction. Like, they had to give her an IV and all kinds of shit, and it wasn't good. So I think they're trying to be more cautious this time around, which is good, because he said, you know, if you were to give her the shot yesterday, and then they close, we'd be rushing her to like the animal hospital and paying emergency, you know, fees and costs and stuff, which would be, you know, probably minimum $300 or something. So I'm happy with that. You know, so I'm glad that my dad can go in twice. It kind of sucks, but so yesterday they did the glands, and then they did her toenails. They trimmed her nails yesterday, and then today they're just gonna do, like I said, the other stuff, the shots, her shot. So and then I gotta give her a bath. Maybe I'll give her a bath tonight or something. She's been licking her paws and stuff like that. But they also gave her some eye drops yesterday, which were nice. They said that she has like dry eye or something like that, which doesn't sound right, because like her eyes are like producing like all kinds of like eye boogers and all kinds of shit like that. So we're gonna try it out. I mean, she was better this morning with those eye drops. So it was like $50 yesterday for that eye drop medicine, her toenails, and then her glands. And then I don't know what the shot's gonna cost today, probably $100 or something. But those guys are raking in the cash, man. I'm telling you. So today is Tuesday. Grant was supposed to have practice today, and they said, no, we're not gonna do practice. It's supposed to rain today, so we'll do practice tomorrow. We're gonna see what the future brings here. So they said, you know, on and off rain all week and stuff, so we're not sure if they're actually going to be able to get to practice tomorrow or not. It's going to be the last practice. Grant's last baseball game is on Saturday. Wednesday, I didn't really have any plans. I'm going to see maybe if I can get into the dentist, and of course, like I said, Grant might have his vacation, or his practice on Wednesday. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm going to look into all of this stuff and figure out what to do on Wednesday. If I have nothing else going on, I think I'm just gonna chill, watch some TV on Wednesday, maybe catch up on some movies that I wanted to watch, and then I gotta work on that NAS. So I'm not sure when or what I'm gonna do for the NAS, but I want to get that up and running again. I'm gonna have to do some online research and figure out what it's gonna take to rebuild this crashed NAS or whatever. Yeah, I literally unplugged it, and then that was it. So I'm gonna probably have to put it onto a UPS or something like that, so that way this thing doesn't get like power surges and all that type of stuff. I'm hoping I can get this thing rebuilt and not have to like start from scratch, because that would defeat the whole purpose of having this NAS. This NAS is supposed to be redundant, it's supposed to be safe and sound and all that stuff. What do you guys think about last week's video clips from vacation? Really curious if if you guys thought they were cool, if they're, if you think they can use a little bit more editing. I did spend extra time editing last week's clips. I added some music clips to it and all that type of stuff. I know they could use more polishing. I could shorten them and all that type of stuff. But maybe I'll go back and do that at some point. Probably not, but maybe make like a vlog-worthy version, and then I'll keep the longer version for like myself as like a home video or something. But it was fun. It was a good time. It was good. Wednesday, Rochelle works in the city, and then her dad is coming back for the weekend or through the weekend. So Saturday is Logan's birthday party. Logan's birthday, I want to say, was like the Thursday before we left for vacation. So it was like I'm horrible with dates, so sorry. I'm not even going to guess, but it was like the 6th or 7th or something like that. I should just know this date, I know, but guess whose birthday's on Saturday, I realized? Sophie Lofi. So she's going to be turning 12. She was born in 2006. And she has been just an absolute peach. She's such a cutie. I can't remember what my dad said she weighed. It was like 27 or 37 pounds. My dad took her into the vet yesterday, and he said that one of the other ladies sitting in there in the waiting room was smiling at him, and he didn't realize, but she had a Boston Terrier too. And apparently they told him that there was like 7 Boston Terriers that were brought in yesterday to the vet. So it's pretty cool. But that's it, guys. I'm going to cut this off here. I don't really have much else going on, so I'm probably not going to see Rochelle Wednesday. I don't know what she's up to tonight. And then, I'll see her this weekend at the party and all that type of stuff. But outside of that, we're probably not going to see each other for like another week or two. So I'm starting to realize, initially I was freaking out about everything, and does she like me, does she not like me, and all this shit. And I'm starting to realize that it's also a big part of it all is our scheduling. So never dating somebody with a kid before, I'm freaking over about every single tiny little thing and analyzing everything, deep diving and all that. And what it comes down to is timing. I know she's dated people in the past, just maybe 1 to 3 dates type of stuff, nothing serious. But she finds out that they're on opposite weekends or different schedules, or the other person works like 3 jobs, and she's like, wow, I'm gonna only get to see them like once a month, and then it's not gonna last. So that's kind of what we're at right now, I guess you could say. We're like in our busy season. So she has her dad visiting at least once a month. She's doing these silly girls' night card game things like once a month during the week on her free nights, and then she goes and does the girls' night out like on the weekends at least once a month, at least. So like between all of that shit, it makes it fucking impossible to hang out and stuff. But it, we're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna just play it out. It's like I said, it's definitely different, and I can't push or pull anything because it is different. We got kids involved. We got our own individual schedules, and we're fucking full-fledged adults here. So she's mentioned it before, but she's not the kind of girl that has nothing going on in her life that's gonna follow me around like a puppy dog. That at the time I didn't quite understand it. I go off the motto of if you like somebody enough, you'll make time for them no matter what. But at the same time, like, it's a little bit different than that. It really is. I'm understanding more as time goes by. I'm just growing and learning, I guess you could say. So this is definitely a learning experience. Excuse me. So that's it. Stay tuned for more. Hey. Just going out for quick errand runs over my lunch break. Looks like we got a B6 S4 over there. But I came across this Tesla van. Looks like a work truck type of van. Never seen one like those before on the road. It's actually a Ford, which is funny. So I'm going out over my lunch break. I'm going to go pick up some apple juice for Grant, and then maybe on the way back, I'm going to go and get a proper tank of gas. What is going on? Not much. So what I did was, this morning I uploaded, during work and stuff, I uploaded all of my rendered daily vlogs. So I think I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I wanted to do that because I don't have any backups of any of that footage. So because it's rendered, I figured might as well upload it to YouTube, so if something happens to my external hard drive or anything like that, I at least have that saved. The NAS. So I called home and I said, I asked my mom, I'm like, hey, can you just plug in that NAS at the house, and once it plugs in, it should boot up and get back on the network, and then I can access it remotely. Wanted to create or generate a trouble ticket through Synology. So for those of you that don't know, I have a Synology NAS. It stands for Network Attached Storage. It's a 8-bay. The model is the DS1812 Plus, and it's an 8-bay NAS unit, which means it can hold up to 8 hard drives, and I have 6 drives in it. So what happened was, the week before vacation, I expanded my NAS. I added 1 additional hard drive. So previously it had 5 drives in it. I added a 6th drive. After adding that 6th drive, I kicked it off to initialize that drive. Well, we had apparently a planned power outage from the power company during the middle of that process. So pulling the plug while it's expanding the RAID array setup is not the way to go about doing things. So my NAS essentially crashed, the volume was crashed, and there's nothing I can do about that within their little snazzy interface, their little GUI. So it was beeping like crazy because it's basically fucked right now. And I was about to leave on vacation in like a day after it crashed or something. So I was like, well, that's dank. So to keep it from beeping, I literally just unplugged it and left it sitting until I could, have some time to figure it out. So because of the beeping and all that, I was going to wait until my parents left the house to plug it in, because it'd be beeping the entire time. But I decided to have them plug it in and get the ball rolling in terms of getting it repaired. And in doing so, I realized once I logged in today, there is an option to silence the beeping. Because, like my work enterprise stuff, it all has that capability to be able to silence beeps and alarms and stuff. So that's what I did. So I silenced it so it shouldn't be beeping at the house. But I needed it online so I can get some information off of the NAS itself for the trouble ticket. So the serial number, the version of software it's running, the serial numbers, or not the serial numbers, but the drive types and stuff like that. Model numbers, I guess you can call them. So various things like that. So I did support a trouble ticket. I did set up SSH. They're gonna most likely have to tunnel in or putty in or whatever to the NAS and run essentially some Linux commands in hopes that they can repair or they can get this damn NAS up and running. So that's where I'm at. I probably should add some more details to my ticket and say, like the volume originally only had 5 drives in it, so the 6th drive was the new drive, so there's probably no data on the 6th drive. So if they can get it up and running with just the 5 without losing data, that would be fucking peachy. My problem is I only created 1 volume, so all of those drives are essentially in one pool or one big drive. It's set up in a RAID setup or system and all that, but because I did that, like, the whole thing is down right now. Probably when I get another 2 hard drives to expand it completely to the 8 bay capacity, I should say, I'm going to make those 2 additional drives their own volume. So that way I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, so to speak, or whatever. So I'm hoping they can get me up and running. I don't know. It looks good. There's some, tutorials and some videos and stuff that I came across online, but they basically said just let them handle it. Create a support ticket, let them figure it out versus just randomly throwing commands at it and hoping that you can fix it yourself, because they're going to know and have more experience doing that. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'm just like, fuck, man. I just hope it works. I think I got, I don't know, what was it, like 12 or 14 terabytes or something, and it was full. And yeah, if I can't get this fixed, then I'm gonna have to reload everything from scratch. I have pretty much everything as a backup on my externals. They say don't rely on RAID for backup and all that type of stuff, but if I can get this fixed and back up and running, I think I'm going to try to get this NAS on UPS, and that way it can or will shut down gracefully in the event of a power failure, or, stay up and running if it's just a blip. But this isn't looking good, so going to run into the store, so stay tuned for more. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys, so today I sold my Bitcoin, and I sold it pretty much breaking even. I might have lost like $10, but for the amount of money that we're talking about, Bitcoin was up like 4 or 5% today. I mentioned it this morning, and I feel like it's gonna kind of correct. I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't want to lose money, so to speak. So I think I made enough to cover the fees. Like I said, I probably literally broke even, or was like within $10 after fees, but I feel better. I just wanted to kind of lock in what I have. It was already locked in, but I don't know if Ethereum is still up too. It's at like $530 or so. I have about 1 Ether. I might sell off the Ether that I have, and that'll get me about $4,000 total cashed out. I have $6,000 on my card, so that's my thoughts. We'll see. Like I said, tonight I'll check or look into it and see what Ether is doing. If it's still up like it is or has been, then I'm gonna dump that. So basically, scraping together whatever cash I can find or get to pay off my credit card, and then go from there. So if anything, I'm cashing out. So if there's like a massive correction or massive dip, like 10% or more, then I can just buy back up and try to make some quick cash. But right now I'm just locking in whatever little profits I have. Ether is all profit because I'm mining it, so I don't really have too big of an issue cashing Ether out. Some of my other coins, I think Tron is still up. I have maybe $500 or something in Tron. Stellar Lumens, I'm about even. So I think I have maybe almost another grand between those two coins there. So I cash out my Ether, that'd bring me up to about 4 grand. Cash out my Tron and Stellar, that'll be about 5 grand. And then maybe I'll just hold on to that cash, just leave it in GDAX parked and wait for a good opportunity. So that's it, guys. I gotta get back into work. I'm on my lunch. I did pick up the apple juice and I picked up some meal bars, and I'm just gonna eat these for lunch, guys. I've been spending anywhere from $8 to $12 a day on lunch, and I'm just not happy with the money that I don't want to say wasting, because like eating right and eating well is key to losing all this weight that I've lost. But I either need to do some meal preps, or come up with some other type of solution. But eating out every fucking day is just too expensive. I mean, yeah, it's healthy for me if I'm buying the right stuff, and I have been, but we're looking at $200 to $300 a month just in food, just for lunches. So I should be able to cut that down dramatically. I mean, this was about like 12, 13 bucks, and if I eat one of those for lunch a day, that's a week. So not too bad. So that's it. Heading into work. Stay tuned for more. Alright, just like that, I am now out of work and headed home, sitting my ass in traffic. And I need to make a couple phone calls and stuff, but I just got off the phone with Luke, and he's fucking hilarious. He's telling me another story about his father-in-law and stuff, and dude's reckless. So I was able to mock up another 2 days worth of vlogs from the vacation. It's almost another hour's worth of video. I can't remember if I mentioned this to you guys, but I called and had a trouble ticket made up for my NAS, and I got a response. They fixed it. I don't know what they did, but they remoted in and took care of it. So they fixed the RAID, I guess you could say. I can now see the files. It does say that under status it says crashed, but it says resynchronizing, and it's counting up. It's at like 70%. So I'm guessing that was where it was when the power was pulled. I'm guessing. I don't know. In terms of adding that 6th disk into the RAID array. So I'm pretty excited about it, dude. Like I'm happy. So at least I can see my files. I'm not gonna do anything with the NAS yet until that's done, counting up or whatever, resynchronizing. Once it's done resynchronizing, then I will see if the status changes or what. I'm hoping it goes to normal or okay or whatever. And then I should be back in business. So I'm going to try to get that bad boy onto a UPS or something. So that way I can not have to worry about that again. The UPS is going to be bigger than the damn NAS, but at least protect it. So that's good. That's a good thing. I was kind of getting worried about that. I did this morning ask my dad if he could take a look at my pocket, or my wristwatch, I should say. My Motorola 360 Gen 1. The week before vacation, I swapped the watch battery, or replaced the watch battery. The original stock battery was old, and it wouldn't hold a charge more than like maybe 6 or 8 hours or something like that. So I replaced the battery, went to put it all back together, and I could not get the wristband, like the pins that hold the wristband in. I couldn't get one of those in. So I got one of them in, but the other side I could not get in. So I asked my dad if he could take a look at it, let me know if there's anything he can do. Otherwise, maybe it's just fucked. I don't know. And so he looked at it, he couldn't figure it out. So he brought it to some local jeweler today. And the jeweler said the same thing. They said, nah, it's broke inside there, whatever. So just really quick before I left to work, I Googled Motorola 360 pocket watch, and there's actually a company that makes like a stainless steel adapter that would go into where one of those pins would go, essentially, and then it gives you like an eyelet that you can hook a watch chain onto, and then I guess you could use it as a pocket watch. I don't know. Maybe that'll be something. Maybe that'll be a thing. I don't know. So I'm gonna maybe look into that. It was like $15 for this adapter, and then you'd have to buy the chain. But I guess at least it would still be usable. I don't know. I really just want a fucking normal watch, but I don't have the $400 to buy a Motorola 360 Gen 2. So the Gen 2, now that I think about it, Vicky's brother Victor had one. So he had the Gen 1 and then he upgraded to the Gen 2. The Gen 2 had like gusseted mounting points where the wristband connects, I guess you could say. And where it connected, I believe it was all metal versus the plastic mounting points that were internal to the watch. So I guess that's that. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. Maybe I could buy. I think that same company that makes the pocket watch adapter, I think they make these gusseted metal plate adapters. So I'm wondering if I could like glue in or epoxy in their adapter and then hook my wristband onto that. So that might be something too, and then I can still use it as a wristwatch. So that adapter, those pieces or parts were more money, but then I could just permanently install it into the body of the watch, like I said, weld it or JB weld it or whatever, and then the wristband would connect or disconnect from those pieces. So we'll see. I'm consciously trying to save money. So I'm going to be talking about this a lot. Like, I'm going to be talking about just various random weird fucking things that I want to buy and whatever. And I'll probably be taking a lot of pictures of stuff. But I'm done. I'm fucking done spending money on stupid shit. And I want to get this credit card paid off. One of these days, tomorrow or this week, I'm going to sit down and literally write out all of my monthly bills and figure out exactly how much extra money I do have and kind of go from there, because you know, with the raise and all that, I thought, oh, I have more than enough money now, and I should. The problem is I have so many deductions taken out of my paycheck, it's fucking retarded. Between my 401k loan payoff deduction and then that child care thing, that special account with the child care money or whatever I was talking about before, I just got like a lot of money going out. And that was another reason too why I'm working so hard and fast on getting that storage locker emptied out. So the quicker I can do that, the quicker I can save $200 a month. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just, yeah. So I don't know. I'm tired. So, headed home. I got to make some calls, so I'm going to cut this off, but stay tuned for more, guys. I don't know if I'm going to do any more vlogging tonight. I'm just getting burned out with this right now because I'm working on all that video footage for vacation and all that. It's like all that I'm doing, so I'm tired. So stay tuned for more.
That's fine. I'm going to, on the spoon? Yeah. Oh, that's fine. It's going to go in the dishwasher.
Tired of the same old SHIT.
I didn't want to.
Probably need them. What is it, a tree here? How many do they have?